reality, looking at the problem specifically, we have 100% input from the problem informing the solution we have today. So it's because there are various challenges facing the construction industry specifically that we then say blockchain technology is able to address these problems, not as a one-size-fits-all, but because we can, at different points in time, fit it into the processes and then eliminate the problem eventually. So in totality, the problem holistically informed the formulation of the solution. Then for the second question that talks about how do we then solve the problem of wrong specification in selecting a particular contractor for a project if we automate the process entirely. The reality is, while we are projecting the adoption of this technology, I've made a recommendation earlier that we also need to start training the professionals, because this technology is not taking their job. They will still be the one to inform the technology what to do. So at this point in time, possibly we need to improve on our quality management process, incorporate QMS at a stage where even before the tender is put out there for people to submit their bids, we have a quality check to understand that the specs have been done, tailored specifically for that particular project. I've seen situations whereby we have tenders advertised where the information for that tender was just picked from a previous similar project with specific information about that previous project still showing up on this new RFP. So if we have a quality management system put in place to check all those things, we have a check and balance situation before we then incorporate the information on the platform for people to then say, I'm a contractor, I'm interested in this project, I want to bid for it. So I think quality management coming in before the implementation of the technology would assist us in that particular aspect. I hope I answered the question to an extent here.
All right, thank you for the wonderful presentation. I noted a couple of things, and the first one we have to do with cybersecurity. Blockchain is completely immune to cyber attacks. Okay, so then on the other bit is this issue of bidding. I like that part. But in history, we realize that the big boys will always swallow the big small fish. When we are talking about bidding, we have big corporations. They hire lobbyists for a reason. They hire institutionalized cyber attackers, spies everywhere. So, and they necessarily do not give the best or offer the best. But blockchain again, how can blockchain, this technology, how can it address that? For instance, they can be a prayer group, even for the government, because sometimes they even sponsor some of the appointees. This is meant to solve that kind of problem, so that maybe the smaller fishes that offer that are more efficient, we can then assess them. But how can blockchain, is there any way blockchain can solve this? Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for that question. Yes, as you've mentioned, blockchain technology is not immune to cybersecurity. I believe in a system where we operate a smart city, where everything we are working with holistically, in terms of our governance, in terms of infrastructure, putting in place infrastructure and every other thing around our life is incorporated into a smart system. That's the only way we can then eliminate those, so to speak, big guys that influence the system. Because in reality, like you have mentioned, yes, if we have a system in place and then you have people who are sponsoring things behind the scene, at the end of the day, you find out at a point in time there's a policy that then takes this particular system out of place. So that people then, after a period of frustrating the system, The government will then say, okay, because this thing seems to be having issues here and there, we take it out, and then we are back to square one. So it's until we operate a smart city system where every aspect of our governance, of our day-to-day activities is operated within a digitalized platform. That's when we can actually eliminate those, so to speak, big guys. So I think that's the only comment I can make at this point in time. Thank you.
Okay. Don't come to me. I'll hold it. Okay. As we move on with our program, I used to go to school with this guy called Little Johnny. And one day, our class teacher walks in and says, "Everyone who is stupid must stand up." No one stood up. So the teacher said, "I'm sure there is someone who is stupid here. Please stand up." Little Johnny gets up. And the teacher says, "I knew it. You think you're stupid, right?" He says, "No, I actually feel sorry for you. So I thought I'll stand with you." Yeah. Um, our next item, it's a demo presentation, blockchain demo presentation. I'm also going to take a lead from you. Do you want us to go through the demo, or should we shoot straight to the next speaker? And after the speaker, we then take the demo. Speaker? Okay, brilliant. I like negotiating with you guys. How I got myself an increase this one time, I went to my boss and I said, there's 3 companies looking for me, so you better review my salary. And my boss was trying to say, "No, we are paying equitable salaries, we're paying at this percentile and this is our rewards philosophy and so forth." And I had my facts, eh? So I was like, "Look at this institution, look at that one, look at this one. This is where most of them are sitting." So eventually my salary increase was approved. And then my boss quickly asked me, "So which 3 companies are looking for you? Because now everything is done, we signed, we've agreed." I turned around and I said, "It is my electricity bill, it is my water bill, and it is my phone bill. Those are the 3 companies that are chasing me." She couldn't take back the offer. Our next speaker is Dr. Peter Sibanda. Finally, we're going to have a lady on the podium. Dr. Peter Sibanda is a senior lecturer in the University of Accounting Sciences at the Northwest University Potchefstroom campus. She holds a PhD in accountancy, actively involved in research focusing on applying blockchain to public sector governance and procurement. Her work spans rigorous research publications and active participation in international academic and industry forums. She engages globally through conferences, academic publications, and has presented her blockchain research at several local and international conferences. She is like, "I am going to walk on this podium and I am going to dazzle you." She says, these conferences include the Blockchain International Scientific Conference in Singapore, where her presentation received a Best Abstract Award. She investigates how blockchain could enhance transparency, integrity, and accountability in the public sector. Good luck. Her expertise and contributions include research that focuses on public sector accounting, governance, procurement, and in particular, the application of blockchain technology within South African government departments. Beyond blockchain, Dr. Sibanda, other studies have examined supply chain performance, preferential procurement in Gauteng government, and the effect of organizational culture on consequence management in government departments, showing breadth in public sector research. Dr. Sibanda.
I'd like to believe I'm even a shorter one because the mic even went further down. Good afternoon, colleagues. First of all, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Professor Nulu for this opportunity. I am honored to come and stand before you today around when I talk, but I'm confined to this thing, so I'll stand here. So as lecturers, what we do is to deliver the knowledge and get others